Hello, people of the world, and welcome back to the Mary in Motion podcast. Today I'm joined by Sarah.
Hey!
Once again. If you haven't heard her in the previous episodes, then you have missed something. She already talked about several subjects. You can go and listen to it. And if you want a bit of background about our relationship, you can go and listen to the London episode. It's a bit of a background about our friendship and our first trip together. If you hear a bit of noise, it's normal because we are outside. We are actually camping in Canada right now. We will tell this story later. And today I'm here to talk about a very specific event in Sarah's life.
A very specific one.
Something happened to her, and today we will hear about this story. In 2021, she did an internship in Malta, and you can tell us about it.
Yeah, so I was in a BTS tourism. It's a diploma you can pass in France. And during these 2 years, you have to do an internship between the first year and the second year. It's about 4 months. It has to be in another country, but it was COVID. So a lot of my friends decided to stay in France, and there were only one country open to do internship, and it was Malta. So the half of my class, we were looking for an internship in a youth hostel, and we all find in the same street. So we were all working and living more or less in the same street, at least in the same city. And it was pretty nice. We learned a lot, and we learned English. And all of my friends are Cancer, so we are all from July. And one of our friends decided to do like a common gift, common birthday, common gift. And she organized a treasure hunt. So it was not a treasure hunt like a traditional one. You had to do all the trip around Malta Island to find the treasure. And this treasure was a sunset in a cliff, and it was amazing. Just imagine like 5 friends around a sunset, eating, and in that cliff. It was super nice. And we fall in love with this place, so we decided to go back next night. So the next day, we take another car. We took all the duvet cover, the pillows, our mascots, and we went there to sleep. So there is a small hike to go there. So we hiked with everything, and then we settled down, and there were like a flat piece of concrete, and under this piece there were like a hole, and you had the view on the sea and the sunset and stuff. So we ate, and then we start a fire to roast marshmallows, have light, getting comfortable and stuff. And to start this fire, we use some dry plants and around, blah blah blah. Then we went to the duvet cover, we fall asleep, we watch the stars, we fall asleep, and we put an alarm to see the sunrise from the other side at 5:40. So we woke up, we saw the sunrise, we saw the clouds, everything was just amazing, all good. And we fall asleep again around the fire, but the fire was off. And then at 6:20, something happened. The guards of the forest, the patrol, they came. No, first I heard some steps, very strong, very fast, and they were coming to us. So I woke up and I saw those guards. There were 2 people, and they wake us up like, it's time to wake up, you're not supposed to be here, you're not supposed to sleep here. What did you do? You start a fire. Oh my god, don't you know this is a national park? Oh my god. And we realized, because we didn't know, there were no sign, there were nothing. We started a fire in a national park. We slept there without nothing, no authorization, nothing. And they asked us, you have to clean the place because everything was like burned.
Burned from the fire.
From the fire. So we tried to clean and blah blah blah. But they said, okay, we call the police and they are waiting for us down the hike. So they escorted us for like 5 kilometers. We arrived down this hike, down the road, and there were 4 cops waiting for us. And they asked us so many questions. Where are we from? The first name of our mothers. Like, it was crazy. And they asked, when are you leaving? When is the last day of your internship? We need your flights, blah, blah, blah. And then they said, okay, you can go. So we just left by car. We came back to our city, back to work. And the next day, one of my friends get a call from the police, and they said, please can you come back to the police station because we need to do some things. And we thought like we just needed to pay our a fine or something. And we were kind of laughing with Instagram filters like, we are going to jail, no. So we took back another car to go back to the police station next to the cliff. And we were waiting at the police station. Everyone was passing in front of us, doing things, and no one called us. We were not supposed to do anything, so we wait for like 3 hours or something like that on a bench, just waiting. And at one point, a police guard came to us and he said, okay, you have to go to this room. And it was the room. Like, it was not an office, it was kind of a cell. And we were 4 friends at this point. And he said, just sit here. It was in Maltese. You have to understand, it was not in English, it was in Maltese. So we were supposed to guess what happened. And he said, okay, this is your rights. He gave us a paper with all our rights. In English, you can keep silence. You can have a lawyer if you want. And I don't remember, there were like 20. He took our bags with our phone, and we realized that it was a big deal. So he said, okay, did you read your rights? Let's go to the jail. And we were like, to jail? Yeah, jail.
But how did you feel? Like, how did you realize what was happening? Or
okay, so one of my friends made an anxiety crisis.
Mm-hmm.
I was laughing. I don't know why. It was nervous. And my other friends, they were like just shocked, and we didn't manage to say anything.
Yeah, when they took your bags or anything, you would be like, what's happening?
And the only thing we managed to ask, can we have books? And it was the best idea ever. So me and my friend, we went to a car, and the other ones went to another car. We arrived at the jail in the capital, La Valette, and we arrived at the jail, and it was the end of everything. I was so confused, crying, anxiety. It was horrible. And I was the first to go inside the jail, and it was one by one. I came first. First I had to fill some documents and stuff, and then 3 women took me to another room. It was a black room without window, just nothing inside. It was empty. And they said, okay, remove everything you have in your pockets. Okay, I remove everything. Then she said, remove all your clothes. And I was like, okay, why? What's happening? Remove everything. and they are looking into your ass, because you can have drug, you can have arms, you can have everything. Thank God it was woman. It was still in Maltese, and it was horrible. I felt humiliated.
But were they nice and a bit understanding or really cold? And
Very cold, very very cold. They didn't knew why we were here, so they treat everyone the same. Then I put back my clothes. They gave me a duvet cover, like, you know, the orange one, with all the small walls, and they put me in the cell, in individual ones. The smell, oh my god, the smell, the insects, the bed, the restrooms. It was horrible.
but they were restrooms, or was it inside the cell?
It was inside the cell, and it was just a hole.
Okay.
And the smell again. So I was there waiting for my friends passing in front of my cell, because I needed
Some reassurance.
yeah,
or-
to just what's happening, and I was hungry. I wanted to smoke a cigarette. I wanted to call my mom, and I wanted to drink water, and I couldn't.
You couldn't ask for water.
I had to wait because there were only one guard. She was busy with all my friends, so I was okay. What's gonna happen?
Was it an all woman section where you were?
Yeah, only woman section. And I realized that next to my cell there were another woman. She was crying for hours and hours and hours. My friends passed in front of my cell, only one of them, because the two other ones, they were on another floor. And it was not a small door, like it was only
Bars.
bars.
So you could really
Yeah,
see.
I can really see, and we could talk at the beginning. So we start to like talk. What's gonna happen? What are we supposed to do? Not do? Say? Not say?
Was it Leah with you?
No, it was funny, and we start to play games. Okay, tell me, I don't know, countries, capitals. Let's play anything, because we were so anxious. And then the guard start to eat the bars of my cell and screaming, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I don't want to hear you. Just shut up.
But why? You had the right to talk.
No,
Just
you're
he
not
was annoyed.
supposed. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. It was horrible. And the time, you don't know the time. Like, it can be night or day or
Yeah, there were no windows.
no windows. This day was the national day. We heard fireworks outside. So I was supposing that it was like 10 or 11. But that's it. And then we managed to have something to eat because we asked for. And it was something frozen.
Mhm. Was it still frozen?
Yeah, it was still frozen, and you had to hit it between your legs for hours, like 1 hour or two.
What was it?
It was a wrap with
Meat?
and you just wait to manage to eat, and it was still cold. So anyway, you managed to eat, and then I asked for a cigarette to this guard, and she said yes, because there in Malta it's pretty cheap. Like you can have 20 cigarettes for €5 or for €1.50. So we smoked a lot. But it was okay. And we were waiting for what are we supposed to do? What's gonna happen to us? The night passed, and I said, okay, I'm gonna be like in prison break. I'm gonna do my sport. I'm gonna try to, I don't know, stay involved to my life. I don't know why. And we heard, I don't remember who told us that, but we heard that we could spend more or less 6 months in jail. So I was prepared to, no, I was not prepared. What I was saying, no, I was not prepared. But I was saying to myself, okay, if you have to stay a long time there, we're gonna have to do things. I don't know what, but we have to do things. So when I woke up, it was a plastic bed on the floor with the smell. Anyway, and then the next day, this guard came to us and she said, okay, you're gonna have to meet your translator. You're gonna have a translator for free.
Woohoo! Wow.
And it was the best thing. So we managed to call him. I called him first. So our translator told us, keep silence during your interview, and I think your lawyer will say the same. So then we had a lawyer for free. We called him, and he said the same. Just keep silence, wait for us, wait for me. But what we didn't knew is that the lawyer changed every day. So the lawyer you have one day is not the same that you're gonna have at your trial, at the court. So I can change everything.
Yeah, but did they tell you anything?
No, he just asked, "Oh, can you just tell me the story?" I tell the story. Then my friend goes to the phone and she tells the story. And he said, keep silence, keep silence, keep silence. So then we had the interview with the police, and I was crying, and I'm so sorry, I can't tell anything because my lawyer said to. The translator was there during the interview, and he was just translating in Maltese, and until my friend Leah passed to the interview, and she talked with the policewoman, and the policewoman told, listen, don't listen to your lawyer. Every day they are paid more if you stay keeping silence.
Okay. So it was just a strategy.
It was just a
Great.
strategy to get more money.
Mm-hmm. Because if you said nothing, then it would stay longer.
Yeah,
you
we
stay
stayed
longer
in jail until we talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that we understood
Later.
after.
Yeah, okay.
So Leah told all the story.
Mm-hmm.
And when she came back to the cell, she managed to come to us in each cell
to
and to tell us, you can tell the truth. So we came back to the interview, and then I told all the story, which was the same as Leah's and as Fanny's and as Margot. So it was okay. And then we came back to the cell for a long time. I don't remember, like maybe 24 hours or I don't know.
Yeah, you had no notion of
Yeah.
the time.
But there is my favorite moment when they came and they say, you can call someone. And I was like, oh my God.
So you had to choose wisely.
Yeah, mom. For sure, mom. So I went to the phone and she didn't reply. So I asked, please, can I try another time? Please, please, please. She didn't reply. So my friend went first to call. And then I came back to the phone and I managed to call my mom. And when a jail calls you, it says, hi, this is Jail from La Valette. Do you want to talk to the prisoner 103? And my mom, she doesn't speak English, poor mom, and she said, Wah, oui, huh? And she said yes, and I was crying, and I was like, okay, mom, I'm so sorry, I'm in jail, I cannot tell you, but you have to call my boss, because I was supposed to work at that point, and no one knew where I was.
Yeah, it's crazy. You just disappeared.
And my mom was crying on the phone like, what's happened, babe? What's happened? ¿Qué pasó? And she managed to call the ambassade. She managed to call my boss and my boyfriend. So, and the school. Of course, and the school. And then, yeah, we were waiting for our trial. Because they told us, okay, you're going to have to wait until there is space to have a trial on the court.
Mm.
So we were waiting.
In jail, it's so crazy that they put you there.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, because in France we have innocence until proven guilty.
Yeah.
So you would be free until your trial.
Yeah.
There it's the opposite.
Yeah.
It's crazy, oh my god. Be careful if you go to Malta.
So at one point they just came, and I was so tired, because I didn't really sleep for like 3 days. They came and they say, hey, this is your trial day.
Woo.
So we went to a big car, and we were all together, four of us, for the first time, and it was so cool. Like, we could hug, we could touch each other, we could touch.
Were you dressed as prisoners, or
No,
you had
we were
your
dressed like
before?
3 days ago.
No shower, no food,
No shower, almost no food, only cigarettes.
and water. I mean, you must have water.
Yeah, but I think the water from the sink was drinkable.
I remember in Malta it was not when I was there.
Okay, but anyway, I think I drank that.
Okay. Great.
My God. And then we arrived at the court, and we had to wait 8 hours in another cell, but together. And at this point, we had delicious sandwiches, like sandwiches with jam and butter.
Ooh, wow.
Yay! It was crazy, and we could be all together waiting for the trail. And I remember we walked inside the jail of the court. It was like a small jail, and it was mixed. So at this point, we were in front of guys, men's, and they were like, ooh, girls, and they were touching their
penis,
and they were
spitting.
Yes, spitting, I think.
Yuck.
Yeah, it was not great.
Yeah, I guess.
But we were all together, and we ate. And then we went to the court. So we were standing up in the court. We were in front of the judge. Our lawyer was a new one. We just met her this day.
So she didn't know your story?
No.
Great.
So she was on the right.
But did you get to talk to her before the beginning of the trial?
No.
But how did she know your story?
She just read the paper, I guess.
Oh my God, okay.
She didn't want to be here. And in front of her, there were the accusation, which was the police. Because the police is the guardian of the state, and the state is the national park. And the one who was talking was the policewoman who did the interview. So she knows that we were crying and played non-guilty and blah, blah, blah.
Was it in English?
No, it was all in Maltese. So at the end, the judge gave the sentence,
the punishment.
And you don't understand. You just hear, and the translator is doing yes from the head, but we didn't knew. We just holding our hands very strong, because maybe it was 6 months of jail in Malta. You know.
But could you get, if you were sentenced to jail in Malta, maybe France could get you back? Or something?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Okay, crazy.
Because it's their sentence, their trouble, their jail.
Yeah,
it's not a French problem.
So what was the sentence? How did you hear what it was?
So we went out the room, and our translator told us it's 700 euros each.
Oh
and no jail.
Woohoo!
That was good news. And I was like, I think I was super happy to pay 700 euros and just manage to come back to France.
I mean, after 3 days in jail, I guess you were happy to just have a fine.
Oh my God. So we went out the court, free, finally, smelling so bad, thinking it was a dream. We get our stuff, bags, phones, all stuff. We were super happy. And there were another sentence. If you recidive in all European Union, in anything, you go 6 months in jail.
Okay.
For the next 1 year.
Okay, yeah, I remember you were extra careful for everything.
Yeah. And then we managed to call boyfriend, school, boss, friends, mom.
Parents, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was super, super nice. And we were dreaming about a McDonald's. We called everyone, and then we went to the McDonald's. We passed in front of
like a press
something, and I saw the Malta Times. I was on the first page. I saw my ass on the first page, like trying to clean the
fire.
The fire, yeah. It was a photo took by a ranger, And it was it was rated 700 euros to roast marshmallows. This is second humiliation.
Yeah.
So we bought the press.
Did
The
you say to
newspaper.
the merchant that it was you?
No. No, hell no. And we went to McDonald's and life just
Went on. And so your full names are on this article.
yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, so when we type your name, we see this.
Yeah.
crazy.
And it's my full name.
Mm-hmm.
And I work in tourism. And I burn an historic gun post. Yeah, because I didn't told that, but the concrete was an old gun post defending the coast from the Second World War.
Maybe they will put a sign for next time.
I wish. This is what saved us. There were no sign.
So then you managed to plead non-guilty because you didn't know
Yeah.
anything. And what did your boss say, or like what did the school say? What
Oh.
happened?
The school was like, what? Why all that shit? My boss, when I came back to work, he was so nice. Like, so nice. Are you okay? Do you have any trauma? Are you okay?
Oh, cool.
It's unfair. It's fucking unfair. He gave me a hug. He was a very good boss.
And do you remember your first shower after?
Oh my
jail?
god, I will remember this shower forever. Yeah, it was so warm and clean, and I made 3 shampoo, 2 conditioners. It was only 3 days, but it looked like 1 year.
Yeah, I guess. Oh my god.
And I remember the grandmother I was staying at, she was more like, you did a huge mistake. It was our national park and you have no right to not know what you're doing because you're supposed to be a good tourist. You work in tourism, so you are supposed to know what you're doing. And why didn't you not sleep at home and you didn't tell me?
Yeah, but
She was a good woman. She was very attached to her land, and I understand that it was a fault what we did. I tell the story like it's unfair and I was terrified and I'm laughing nervously, but I understand that
you did something
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah, but you also didn't know. But
Yeah.
you could have known. But
I
You
could
didn't.
have if I watched more. To conclude, just know what you're doing when you do start fires. Don't eat marshmallow if you don't want to eat marshmallow. I'm traumatized. And just, watch what you're doing.
thank you for sharing.
Thank you for receiving me.
That's all for Sarah's story. That's all for today. See you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye bye.